Hello, world. Welcome to the Morning Bros podcast with Tad, Brandon, and Schyler. We are bringing to you fantasy football news, whatever pertains to football, and some fun news on the side when it comes to real world events. So, welcome. How you guys doing?
Been good.
Been also pretty good, man. Just hanging in there.
Staying alive in the crazy world.
Amen. It is pretty crazy. Cool. We were going to start off with game of the week, right? What's your guys'
Yeah,
game of the
so week 9, game of the week. I don't know if it's everybody's game of the week, but it should be the Bucks and the Saints.
I agree with that.
Yep.
Sunday night football.
Yeah, Sunday night games, that's going to be exciting in itself. And then in addition, I think that there's a lot of factors coming into these two games that have a lot of people excited. One of those being Antonio motherfucking Brown joining the Bucks.
Sure, man.
Back.
Let's go.
So,
It's a nice shirt.
what do you guys think Antonio Brown's going to do in his first game back? Is he going to have any impact at all?
Yeah, I think he is.
Okay.
I think Tom Brady really likes him. I think as we've seen on just the football world, he just really likes him as a person, and he's gone out of his way in New England and now in the Bucks. Like, he wants him on his team, and I think he's going to throw the ball.
For him. That's for sure. 'Cause Bruce Arians did not think anything twice about pulling or bringing him into Tampa Bay, but Tom Brady was rooting for him, got him there. So,
And I think Tom Brady rooting for him is going to kind of make the connection between them even stronger, because Antonio's like, I'm going to show up if he fucking put his neck on the line for me. So, on the other hand, you got to consider they got a lot of fucking weapons on that team.
yeah.
They have
Godwin,
Gronk, they got
Evans,
Godwin, they got
Brown.
Evans. I mean, it's going to be hard to contain everybody, but
Do you think they're the most talented offense in the league?
By far. Yeah.
I think they have the most weapons.
Here's what I think happened.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think Bruce Arians left football for a year, took a break, took a breather, and then played fantasy football that year that he was gone. Decided, wow, that's really fucking cool. I'm getting all of the cool players on my team. He proceeded to go out and get Gronk, Antonio Brown, Leonard Fournette.
Yeah. And their defense is like, I think in fantasy it's ranked like second or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
I
They're
don't know. In the
flying
league,
around, dude.
it's probably up there too. So
Todd Bowles is a great D coordinator.
Yeah.
He's awesome. No,
So
their
I think-
defense is flying around for sure. They're
I think
fast.
Brown will be a good addition, but it's hard to say if he's going to be a factor week 1, because it's like, does he know the fucking plays? If he doesn't, there's 3 other people there who are extremely talented that can make the plays happen. So
Yeah.
I hope he does. He's on my team, and I'm going to start him. So
I'm looking at it right now. The over-under on the game, Saints versus Bucks, is 50.5 points. What do you guys think? Would you take the over or the under on it?
I would take.
I'm taking the over for sure.
I'm taking the over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm taking the over as well.
I think they're both scoring at least 28
30.
points.
I think they score. Yeah, I like that.
Probably 30 plus. So that definitely hits the over.
But
Yeah.
they are divisional, and when it comes to divisional games, they play each other a lot tighter.
That's true. And we
And
just
Bucks defense is
defense.
fucking tight, man.
Yep.
Yeah, and the Saints, they're no slouches. I mean, they're not as great as on the back end this year, but they're still a good defense.
Yeah. And they're Saints seem to always do this every year with their defense where you're like, oh, they're not that good. And then down the stretch, you're like, oh, Saints defense isn't half bad now.
You know whose defense low-key number 1, I think, is Colts.
Yeah,
Colts.
they are.
Steelers is actually number 1 in my mind.
I would agree. Steelers definitely are number 1. They're so good. Go real quick on the game tonight. How do you guys feel about Drew Brees this season?
Last year, it's the walking out year. It's the last year, like Peyton Manning. I don't know if you can see the Brady season, but it looks like Brady's going to probably play for 5 more years till he's 75.
mean, it's hard not to when you're playing like he is. It's
Yeah,
insane. But wait, you really think this is Breeze's last year?
I do. I think
Me
that
too.
he's probably gonna end up. I don't know. Yeah, he seems like he's on the way out.
And so, didn't they have another quarterback that was playing?
Jameis.
Teddy Bridgewater's last year he was playing.
Yeah.
And this year they have Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston.
Yeah. We got Jameis.
I wasn't thinking of Winston. I was thinking of a rookie who's new. He's number 7.
Oh no, that's Taysom Hill.
Taysom Hill, okay. And what happened to him? Is he hurt or is
He's a gadget
mandatory?
quarterback, which is kind of fun because we haven't seen that probably since
He's a what?
a gadget quarterback. So they use him like sparingly, like they can line him up obviously as quarterback, throw Drew Brees out on the outside as a wide receiver. They line Taysom Hill up out as wide receiver. Like they kind of can just put him anywhere, but he's got the skill set to play quarterback if they need him to on a player too. But just kind of throw the defense off. Like, hey, what are they going to do with Taysom Hill? He's lined up in the backfield. He's out wide. So, yeah.
So is he's gonna be the replacement probably? I don't foresee Teddy Bridgewater being the guy.
Teddy Bridgewater's on the Panthers now. He was there last year.
Oh, I see. So who's the guy when Breeze goes out?
I think Jameis, but
Yeah.
it's only a 1-year contract with Jameis, right?
Oh, I meant that. Jameis doesn't feel like the guy.
Yeah.
But what if he is the guy?
He might be.
Because, like, who are they going to sign next? Because they're not going to get a crappy pick. They're not going to draft a quarterback. And so I feel like Sean Payton stayed with Jameis. I mean, he has all the talent in the world. And I feel like if Sean just puts him in a position to be successful, it
You
works.
think he can do it, huh?
I think Sean Payton can do it. Because he's having better coaching. I guess he did have Bruce Arians last year, but all quarterbacks in Bruce Arians' first year throw a lot of picks. He just threw.
I just hated
crazy amount.
Jameis Winston on the Bucks so much that I could not get behind him being the answer, but maybe he is, because it's like he threw so many picks, but he threw for so many yards too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a beautiful disaster.
That's why Godwin went off, right? That's
Yep.
why I had a 2019 baller of a season.
Yeah, that's why I got drafted in the second. Did I draft him in the second or the first? I think I drafted him in the first. Second.
Yeah.
Second. I drafted him in the second.
Second, yeah. You got C-Mac number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a beautiful disaster. The thing is he just like throws himself into situations like, gotta go out there and throw for 500 yards and 4 touchdowns now. We're down 28-0.
I gotta do it. I've already thrown 3 picks. I can't fuck it up again, right?
Yep. Here we go. Turn on the Jets. Bring this up on that game. Buccaneers are a minus 220 favorite to win the game. Saints are plus 90. Would you bet on the Bucs or take the underdog?
I'd take the underdog.
Would you?
I'm gonna take the underdog.
I can see it.
I don't know why, but I just feel like the Saints can do it. They got Thomas back, and they seem to always be able to do it. They've had a lot of injury this year, and they're still like playing through it. It's like, well, I don't know. I think I would take the under on it.
Do we officially get Thomas back?
He's coming back. He's gonna play.
I don't know
And
about
then
it. I don't know
they
about
also
it.
get They also get Sanders back too, from the COVID list. That's big. So Breeze is going to have multiple targets to go around with the ball. You know, he's going to do all his short yardage passes because he can't throw deep anymore. And Alvin Kamara is probably going to go off too, man. I would probably take the under.
Okay. It's a tough line. Like, minus 220 favorite. It's heavily favorited towards the Bucs. Then you bet $100.
The Bucs are good, man. But Michael Thomas is like, he's 3 points in himself.
Yeah.
On a team. You know what I mean?
I mean, the Bucs are good, but did you guys watch the game last week?
I didn't get a chance to, no.
But see, the Giants are well coached. Like,
Dude, can we just give like a little bit of a shout out to the Giants? Watching them, it's like watching the most fun football game ever. Crazy shit all the time. It's just like, and they make it happen. Like, they almost won. The only reason they didn't win is because I think they didn't make a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, Daniel Jones too. Like he's a talented quarterback. He just needs to stop making mistakes, man.
Yeah, he is, dude. He was thrown.
He has good pockets.
Daniel Jones throws far Trubisky to me.
Really?
That's
Dude, Trubisky, man.
Throws far Trubisky.
That's what he is. He is not good at. He's not the answer.
How much would it suck to be a Bears fan? You passed over Deshaun Watson and Patrick Mahomes. What?
They don't have a single quarterback that comes to mind. You're like, oh, that's your like famous, like really good quarterback.
Yeah.
But the other argument would be if Mahomes ended up there, would he be great?
That's been an argument. If Mahomes was good enough that he doesn't need Andy Reid as the coach.
But here's the thing: is Matt Nagy would be the coach, and he's an understudy of Andy Reid. So I trust Matt Nagy to maybe not unlock him like Andy Reid would, but he would still be a good coordinator, a good head coach, and he could work with him because he'd worked with Andy Reid for years before he went to Chicago. And Deshaun Watson is just special on a shitty Texans team, so he would be good with the Bears because that defense, dude, with Deshaun Watson and maybe one more receiver other than Allen Robinson, damn, that would be awesome.
It would be. I want Matt Nagy to stop acting like he's the most tricky coach in all of the NFL.
I could see that.
The Bears?
Yeah, Matt Nagy, you're guaranteed at least one trick play and like him thinking that he's like outsmarting everybody in the league.
Did you watch the Giants? Who's their head fucking coach? He likes those trick plays. He'll throw it to the running back, and then he'll hold it, and then he'll throw it to somebody else, and then they'll run a play or some shit. It's just like, it's wild.
Oh shit, we cut out a little bit there, boys.
Oh damn it! All right. Well, covered Bucks versus Saints pretty good.
Yeah, well, who do you... So, did you say who you think is going to win, Brandon? I didn't hear.
It's such a tough line. Like, if I were to bet on the game, like, a minus 220 favorite, you're betting $100, or you have to bet $220 to win $100. That doesn't seem worth it to me. Saints, you take the underdog, you bet $100, you only win $190, so you almost double your money, but... I'd probably take the Bucks on this one. Probably wouldn't bet the game. Line is just...
I wouldn't bet the game either.
Yeah, it's too heavily favored in, like you said, divisional game.
Where are they playing, Brandon?
Saints versus Bucks is in, I believe, Tampa Bay. Yeah, in Tampa Bay.
I'm going to take the Bucks to win.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
what if you didn't have to do an over-under and it was just a straight-up bet? Who do you think's going to win? Guess a score.
If I had to bet that, it would probably be Bucks win 31-28.
So a close game, but Bucks win.
Yeah, win by a field goal at the end.
Yeah, I take Bucks 27-24.
All right, and I take Saints 35-28.
Nice.
I like it.
Very good.
Second half of the season. How do you guys feel?
I feel like things are actually kind of coming around.
For your team or just for the season?
Horrible for my team. 3-5 feels bad.
Who's your team, Brandon? Let's explain to the world what
all right.
like.
So, my team, let me give you a quick rundown of it. It is a lot of promise on the starting roster, and then it's a bunch of trash Hail Mary throws on the bench. Like AJ Green on my bench. I just picked up Dez Bryant because that's how bad things are. My one shining piece is Russell Wilson. He's basically carrying my team to the 3 wins that I've somehow squeaked out.
You have another shining piece, Buckwheat.
And then other than that, just traded away my only good running back. So I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Todd Gurley, AJ Brown. Hopefully he comes through for me. Devontae Adams is a shining piece.
Wow, he is. He is a giant star in the night sky, dude.
So I got 2.
You gotta trade me him, man.
Yeah. I might as well just go full Hail Mary throw, get rid of all the good players, and just try to go for upside, try to score 400 points in a week.
I don't think you're giving enough credit to the number 1 on Tennessee.
I haven't had him on my team yet. We're going to find out this week.
I know, but I think it's going to be a good week.
I think it will be, too. He's too damn good, and the Titans are so underrated.
They are.
What about you guys? How do you feel?
I feel like not for my team, but just as like the fantasy season in a whole, I feel like it's kind of turning around. I was skeptical that we would even make it this far, so the fact that we're still going strong and people are coming back to play, it's just like, oh yeah, I think we're gonna make it through the season. So
I think the NFL's saying fuck it, and like they don't even care. They just want the games to go on, because if they don't, they lose so much money. They're already losing a lot of money. Like this season is gonna finish.
So, on the first half of the year, I was convinced this was going to happen, but now I'm not so much. Do you think we'll actually get a week 18 or a week 19 in the second half of the season?
I could have seen it, but I don't know about it now either.
I don't think it's going to happen now. I think they're going to figure out a way just to go straight up 17.
I have heard they might add another playoff team though.
Really?
Yeah, make it 8. I think
that'd be
8.
cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
and that gives your Broncos a shot if they
4 wild cards.
That's wild.
Come on, Broncos. The entire AFC West goes to the playoffs.
I think the NFC West would go before the AFC West.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Man,
Broncos
and the AFC North. Like, I mean, the AFC North has the Browns at what, 5-3.
Yeah.
What are the Ravens? 5-2, 6-2.
5-2, 6-2,
and then
6-2.
Steelers are what, 7-0.
7-0. Yep.
And the Bengals, man, Joe Burrows, he's a killer.
He's gonna pass for more yards than Baker Mayfield did as rookie.
Yeah, he like if you're the Browns, how do you feel about having Baker as your quarterback when there's Lamar, Ben, and Burrow?
You definitely have to come to terms with the fact you probably have the worst quarterback in the division.
That's a terrible, like, what can you do?
Yeah.
Are they gonna cut ties, you think?
I think they probably give him one more year. What is next year? Is that his 4th year or 5th year on his rookie contract?
Next year's his 4th.
4th? Okay. So yeah, you give him next year because you keep him on the 4, see how he does, and then I don't think you pick up the option if you're not convinced. I think you cut ties and move on.
I feel that.
But that's the nice thing about the option, though, is you can pick up that cheap option for the 5th year and keep him around for one more year if you're still like he could be. Thing is, he's got this year, I think I've seen more leadership come out of him than years past. So he's starting to show a little bit of maturity. He's not doing as much antics off the field. So I think he could do it. I just don't know if he will.
You know who actually played like absolute trash and is completely fucked because they don't have a quarterback?
Who?
The San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah. They
so sad.
They
Where
need
does Jimmy
to
G go?
Go ahead, Schyler.
Where does Jimmy G go?
He's gonna be like the Nick Foles feeling type signing next year.
Yeah.
Where you're like,
think?
yeah, I don't know where he's going to go. I honestly could see the Bears doing it. Move on from Trubisky, cut ties with Nick Foles, go get Jimmy G.
That wouldn't be a bad pick, actually. I'd like that if I were the Bears. Just see if he could stay healthy.
That's the thing, is he gets such a bad rap, and I don't know if he's good or not, because he's a Super Bowl winning quarterback for 3 quarters.
I think he's a good quarterback. He's just not a great one.
No, yeah.
I think he'll be like if he was to stay healthy, I would equate him to maybe Alex Smith for a career.
Yeah, that's a really good comp.
Yeah. I've seen stuff maybe like him going back to the Patriots.
Ooh.
Because like they're not gonna be able to, unless they tank and like don't win another game, they're not gonna be able to draft a quarterback in the first round.
Yeah. God. Bill Belichick gets so jealous. He's like, come back. I miss you.
So what, is Cam Newton just not doing the trick?
He's just Cam Newton's so hard. Like, he's so talented, but at the same time, I don't know if he's a top half of the league quarterback.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I think when he was in his prime, he was definitely a fun, solid top 15 quarterback because the way he threw, like he just never threw it as good as the top 15 guys, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he could be, because of his legs, like, he's a top 15 guy, but
Yep.
in my opinion.
Yeah, the thing that sucks about him is his prime literally felt like a year or two.
So why don't the 49ers hang on to Jimmy G?
Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I don't think John Lynch or Kyle Shanahan are convinced that he's going to get him back.
Like, they really like him. So, like, I was listening to Cowherd, and he said that he was talking to somebody, and they reached out to Tom, or Tom reached out to them, and like he was interested, but they went with Jimmy G instead. Could you imagine if that team stayed healthy and Tom Brady was their quarterback? That would be some fun games, dude. In Seattle and him, and then Kyler. The Cardinals are fun too. Cardinals against the San Fran and the Rams.
NFC West is super fun.
It is fun.
The thing is, though, is I don't think Tom Brady 49ers is anywhere close to as good as Tom Brady Buccaneers.
I'd agree with that. I don't know, actually. Dude, Kyle Shanahan is such a great coach.
He is. Like, the weapons on San Fran don't even shine a light compared to the Bucs.
In a sense, but, like, get this. If they stay healthy, Jordan Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel, if they all stay healthy,
one of those running backs
plus Mostert, I think they would have done some, like, maybe they're not to the name level as the people on the Bucs, but I feel like it would have been close.
Yeah, they definitely don't have the name recognition that the Buccaneers do.
Jordan, he loves his tight ends, man.
Yeah, he does. He would definitely love the Gronk 2.0 experiment.
All right, well, since we're talking about the second half of the season, do you think there's a team that's going to be able to, like, turn it around? Or maybe you could also predict a team that's not, or it's going to slough off, really hard.
Ravens kind of feel that way to me right now. Ravens and Lamar's having a regressional year, and
so let's quickly highlight on that real quick. So the question, can he win games, important games? Is this like a controversial question?
Yes, because he's never won a playoff game.
Okay.
He's been to the playoffs twice now and never been able to win the important game. And looking at it so far this year, I don't know, man. Like, the legs last season were awesome, and it was a lot of fun, but I don't know if that's going to win you a championship. And his play so far this year has just been very lackluster. He's lucky the defense is as good as they are because they've kept him in the games they probably should not be in.
He can't play from behind.
Yeah, they are definitely runners.
Like his arm, like he just doesn't hit the big passes, like. I haven't watched many Ravens games, but from what I've seen, like against the Steelers, like he wasn't able to really deliver in the big moment at the end of the game. Not like a Tom Brady would, a Ben Roethlisberger,
So who are his weapons?
Mark Andrews.
Dez Bryant now.
Yeah, Dez Bryant.
Yeah. It sounds like he's lacking on weapons as well.
Yeah. Do you guys see?
How do you feel about Marquise Brown?
Yeah, so that was what I was going to ask. Did you see what he said after the game against the Steelers?
I didn't.
So Marquise Brown came out and said something along the lines of, if you got talented stars on your team, I don't understand why you wouldn't use them. He was talking about himself because he doesn't see a lot of targets. I think the issue is I don't think Lamar can really thread the needle. You got to be open.
He doesn't have the talent.
Yeah.
To hit him when he's open.
Yep.
I can see that. If you're the Ravens and you see this and you know this, now that you've already devoted your roster to an offense like that, do you continue to stay with Lamar?
I think you have to. The weird optics on this one is you got an MVP quarterback, and that has a lot different meaning to it when you got an MVP, a player that can say, hey, I won MVP this year. And obviously, it's not something to die on, Cam Newton in Carolina won the MVP and they moved on from him. But I think that Lamar is way more likely out of that draft class to get re-signed by the Ravens as compared to Baker getting re-signed by the Browns.
Yeah, I feel that.
And I think that it could, something could be said for forming an offense around him, in the sense of like, yeah, maybe Brown isn't great on that team because he can't make those plays, but somebody else who runs short routes and gets open really quickly might be perfect for it, right?
That's going to be what's interesting to me, is because his true number one weapon has been Mark Andrews, who's just a really big, tall guy that can catch a contested ball. And Marquise Brown is the exact opposite. He's a burner, and he'll try to get open with speed, but his route running's not as refined as it needs to be. And so Dez might not be the best choice, because I don't know if Dez can be Dez anymore, but at least he's tall and can catch those contested balls. So it'd be interesting to me to see if they could get him some weapons that would do that kind of work for him.
I like it. Yep. I think it's a good move. It'd be cool if Lamar can get to the point where he throws like Mike Vick. Mike Vick was he was a really good passer, really good deep ball passer too.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Does he have a sidearm kind of throw?
Who?
Mike Vick.
I think. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember. He may have threw it sidearm a few times for sure.
There's just one quarterback, I don't remember who I watched, but it was basically a lot of his throws when he was running, he would kind of like toss it, a weird like sidearm throw, and it was pretty interesting. I don't know, I just hadn't seen it a lot.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, Tim Tebow had a funky throw. Yeah, there have been quarterbacks that don't have like as proper of a throwing motion. But for the most part, those quarterbacks get weeded out pretty quickly, because it's not like baseball where you can get real funky with your delivery. You got to have a pretty proper throw to be successful as a quarterback in the NFL. But not saying it doesn't happen, obviously.
Sure.
Patrick Mahomes throws sidearm. Patrick Mahomes could throw upside down if he wanted to.
Yeah. Anyways, about the turning it around thing, I'm thinking that the Giants might be able to do it.
Really? That's the division to do it in.
I don't know, man. I don't know if it was just because of how their defense paired against the Bucs offense and vice versa, but the way they played against the Bucs was just like it was pretty promising in a sense. Like, I don't know. You should check out the highlights.
I should definitely. I wish I would have watched it. Yeah.
Would you say that Miami is going to turn it around, or are they already turned around?
I think that I say I don't know.
I don't know.
Because I like the Giants, and because I think Joe Judge coaches really well, and I think Brian Flores of the Dolphins coaches really well, and I think that's where I would compare the teams. But the Dolphins have more talent right now than the Giants. But the Dolphins are already winning. What's that?
I love both of the picks because they're both into very winnable divisions.
Like if Seattle beats the Bills today, hopefully, that puts the Bills at 6-3. If the Miami Dolphins beat the Arizona Cardinals today, hopefully, that puts the Dolphins at like 4-3 or 5-3, probably 5-3, and that's huge. Like they play the Bills probably still one more time.
Yeah,
if they get that win. Like, man, I really want to see Tua succeed, dude. I like the Dolphins.
Yeah, I do too. I love both those picks because they're both super. It could happen. Like, neither one of those divisions are locked down.
The Cowboys, dude. What the heck happened? Poor Dak. Like, Dak left. He got hurt, and I feel so bad for him. And now the Cowboys suck, and I'm like, Jerry, you deserve that.
Yeah. Oh, I want to hit on that Dak topic for a quick second. I feel horrible for Dak because he was playing out of his mind. He got franchise tagged, and now I don't know if they're going to franchise tag him again, let him go. I mean, the guy was leading the league in passing yards before he tore his ankle apart.
It's a cutthroat business, dude.
Yeah.
And so what? He's recovering the rest of the season, and then you're just thinking the Cowboys move on.
Yeah, because they have no ties to him at this point. It's either franchise tag him again or let him walk.
Why wouldn't you franchise tag him again?
Because it gets more expensive the more you do it. So the first year, it doesn't hit the wallet too hard. But how many times did the Redskins franchise tag Cousins? Like 3? Yeah, 3 times.
I wonder. Well, this is if I were the GM, I would think I might tag him if the price isn't too high, and then go if their record, if they're in the top 5 for a pick to get a quarterback, draft a quarterback, and then franchise Dak and trade him.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other issue that you run into with the franchise tag is people holding out. So, and I don't know if Dak would, but you get to that point that a player's like, no, I want a long-term contract, so you're either going to give it to me or I'm not going to play for you, and I'll just sit out this year.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I can't see him doing that, but maybe they would.
I think they sign him long-term. I think they're going to get him at, $35 million a year, and I think he's going to ball out for the next 4 or 5 years.
I'd like to see it. I really would.
I'd like to see him. I mean, I hate the Cowboys, so I don't want to root. I don't want to root for them like they do good. So
I just like Dak too much. Dak legitimately just seems like a good dude.
Oh, for sure. That makes me root for him, definitely. And I like Jalen Smith, and I like the other linebacker from somewhere in Idaho.
Vander Esch. Yeah. Vander Esch is gangster.
Sean Lee, dude, he's old school. He's been with the Cowboys forever. I like him.
Yeah.
So there's some players I root for, but I hate Jerry.
Yeah.
I don't like Jerry Jones, man.
Yeah. The Cowboys, Jerry ruins it for me, and the Cowboys fans ruin it for me.
Yep.
Yeah, the Cowboys fans are definitely the ones who ruin it for me.
We're looking at you, Cowboys fans.
Looking at you.
So I got a couple questions. What do you think I should start Antonio Brown?
I don't.
Yes.
All right, let's hear why.
You go and you pick up Antonio Brown when nobody else even thought he was going to play again this year. He's on the Bucs, who are one of the best offenses in the league, with Tom Brady, who loves him. You play Antonio Brown.
I agree with all those points. Why I wouldn't play Antonio Brown. Divisional game. In addition, it's his first game back. Seems like kind of hard to trust, and there's a lot of weapons on that team who also have the opportunity to pop the fuck off, aside from Brown. So if you had somebody else to play, I would maybe consider it. If not, I mean, you might as well fucking roll the dice on him. And then
it's tough because I think Justin Jackson scores 20 points today. And
on the Chargers?
He's on the Chargers, yeah. And so I don't think AB scores more than 15 if he does. And I'm playing Parker, and A-Rod went off with 40 points.
Yeah.
So I kind of need to play for points and not
That's why you go for broke. You shoot for the stars.
Okay, shoot for the. But do I play Godwin then?
Yeah.
He has a splint on his finger. He broke his finger the other day. Not this last game, but the game before, and he had surgery.
Oh, he did.
It's like, I don't know what to do, man. That's why I picked up Emmanuel Sanders, because
I dropped Emmanuel Sanders because I was like, I'm not dealing with this bullshit COVID. I already have too many fucking wide receivers that I'm betting on.
Speaking of, Brandon, we need to get another COVID IR slot.
I thought one was just fine. It's been all right for me.
Dude, my team has been injured the whole season. I lost Eckler and McCaffrey in the same week, pretty much, and Godwin's been out multiple times.
Tad's hearing your tune right now. Barkley, Chubb.
Right? God.
Dude, I have terrible running backs on my team, and luckily I made some trades, and so now I have 2 decent ones, and then I look at what I used to have, and they're just so bad. I mean, Mike Davis, he did pretty well for the first couple games, and then didn't really play that well.
What do you want from Mike Davis?
I don't know.
You want Amari Cooper?
Yeah, I'd do that.
Okay. What do you think, Brandon?
Damn. You're really selling out on the Cowboys.
Well, okay, I gotta watch this game because
really selling out on the Cowboys. In addition, don't you want the handcuff in case
the handcuff is
what's his name goes out again?
But see, I don't think. Yeah.
But the value of Davis is, I mean, he's not going to be worth anything unless that happens. But
I don't know, man. He's gonna go series for series with McCaffrey today.
That's today, though.
That is true. That is only today. And, you know, I was watching a couple of their games, and I think Mike Davis has done a really good job, but I think they would have won one out of the last two losses. Like Atlanta, I think they would have beat Atlanta if they have McCaffrey.
I think they didn't trust Mike Davis enough. They only let him run like 11 times, and he ran for like 66 yards or some shit. And it's like, that's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, they should have given the ball more. I think they played New Orleans tight, and they played Chicago tight. Against Chicago, if McCaffrey would have been there, I think he's a big enough difference, and the game was tight enough. They would have at least. They think they may have won the game.
It's possible. In that sense, should we move into the studs and duds of the week?
Let's do it.
Cool.
All right, who wants to start it off? Let's start it off with a stud.
Okay.
All right, I'll go stud. I think DK Metcalf again.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the stud last week. I think Russ is going to be feeling him, and he's versed Tre'Davious. He's going against Tre'Davious White today with the Bills. The last time he played an AFC East cornerback that's a star, he just wrecked him. And Stephon Gilmore, former Defensive Player of the Year. DK is my GOAT, and he is the best receiver in the NFL. And he's going to go out today.
Schyler.
All right. I like your prediction.
I'd like to say he's not the best. I know he's not the best receiver yet. But
I wanna just throw out, this deserves a throw out real quick that I didn't realize. But for fantasy purposes, Tyler Lockett has more points than DK Metcalf on the season. But they're both top 4 wide receivers in the league.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have an MVP quarterback throwing you the ball.
So just wondering what makes DK go off versus Tyler Lockett. I don't know.
In reality,
if the Buffs.
I think Tyler goes off.
I don't know what the Buffs defense is like or what their corners are like, but they're both really threatening. So whoever has the least corner probably gets it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll throw out my stud of the week. We're going to the barn. He's going to cash in. He's been injured all year. Christian McCaffrey.
Oh, boy.
I hope, dude.
They're playing the Chiefs. You know that they're going to have to pass the ball. Best pass-catching running back in the entire league. He's coming back. He's healthy. He's going to score 2 touchdowns and get over the 100-yard mark. I bet he catches probably 4 to 5 passes and runs for, say, 70 yards.
So you think he's coming back at 100%?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're saying he's going series for series, and that's fine. You can say he's going series for series. C-Mac is a year removed from being the best running back in the league. They're not going to sit back and watch Christian McCaffrey run all over the Chiefs and be like, okay, Mike Davis, you get out there. It's your turn.
That's fair.
They're going to give it to C-Mac. They're going to give him the rock.
I 100% agree with that. I don't think they're going to be going series for series, to be honest, unless Christian isn't at 100%. And that's why I was wondering if you think he is. Because if he's at 100, they're going to put him in and play the shit out of him, you know?
am skeptical of them activating him and playing him if he wasn't at least close to 100%. I know the series for series thing is to maybe just be precautious about it and make sure that you don't hurt him again right away, but I think it's a lot of coach talk.
And I think you need to start winning games right now, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You're still in the hunt for a wild card.
That's a good point.
Okay, it's
I
interesting.
hope that's true. I hope he goes off. Please do.
What about you, Ted? What's your stud of the week?
I think I'm gonna have to go with my boy James Conner. I think he's gonna run all over the Cowboys. I think he's gonna pop off for over 100 yards and hopefully 2 TDs.
I loved
I think
him.
that's good.
I
think
love
that's
him.
really good. He's been so consistent this year.
Yep.
Even in bad matchups, he was at least 12 points a game, which I know isn't saying a lot, but he's just a touchdown machine.
Yep. And he's the only one. I mean, I guess fucking what's his name?
Freaking Benny and the Jets. Ben
Snell. Lame.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping Connor goes off. I also had another player. I think Stephon Diggs might pop off this week.
I like that. I hope he doesn't, but I think he will.
I think the Hawks are gonna have a hard time. But
Yeah.
he's also been playing kind of out of his mind this year with Josh Allen throwing to him.
He's probably like excited to have a quarterback that can move around.
Yeah.
And that has a fucking arm, right? He's pretty fast.
Yeah.
He can get open with speed. And
Yeah.
Josh Allen can thread the needle.
Yeah, he can.
All right. Well, let's move on to. Unless, do you guys have another stud that you wanna shout out?
Maybe. I think. I guess he's always a stud. Russell Wilson is just gonna be a stud.
Yeah, I think that's right.
There's no sense in even talking about it.
Yeah, he's the stud of the year.
Yeah.
Number one player in fantasy overall, playing out of his mind.
That's true. You know who was low-key throwing a lot of awesome passes is Arizona's quarterback.
Oh, Kyler Murray's going to be so good.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Russ versus Kyle Murray is going to be a rivalry that's going to be fun to watch for the next 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. I agree.
All right, Brandon.
Dalvin Cook.
Oh, Dalvin.
Yeah, I'm good to move on to studs if you guys, or duds if you want to.
Yeah.
Wait, let's just highlight Dalvin Cook real quick. Who are they playing?
Okay. Detroit, man. Detroit's been struggling this year.
Ooh, okay.
I hope he doesn't go off like he did last week.
He went off last week, man.
50 points, dog.
Was it 4 touchdowns?
4 touchdowns. He was trying to tie the record.
Touchdowns, bro.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Was the record 5?
6.
Oh, shit.
6
Did he say that? Did he say I'm trying to tie the record?
Oh, he did by scoring 4 touchdowns on me and scoring 50 fucking points on me. That's how he said it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I hate Dalvin Cook. He was my boy last year, and he had to come back and smack me in the face with a fucking 50 burger.
Yeah, that was a harsh smack, dude.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row of 50 burgers being thrown up on me. That's not cool.
Yeah, let's make a prediction of Ashley's team who's gonna pop off for 50 this week.
Justin Herbert.
Hey!
It's gotta be Tyreek Hill, I think.
Get the juju out of here. I don't
I think
50, baby.
get
That's a
the
lot.
juju out of here. I think it depends on the game flow with the Panthers, but I could see him just
Justin
go.
Jefferson has proved that he could score quite close to a 50 burger.
I could see it.
Yeah,
Or
that's true.
How about Jerry Jeudy? Not 50 points, but let's say like he goes off for the most points that he scored this year. 2 touchdowns, 6 receptions, 150 yards.
So what you're saying is I should drop all my players and quit fantasy. She's naming a lot of players on her team that I'm playing this week that are all going to pop off for 50.
Okay, how about Deontay Johnson?
That's putting a lot of faith.
If he doesn't get hurt, he's gonna have like 2 touchdowns.
All right,
There you go.
I like that. The number 1 receiver in Pittsburgh, as long as he can not get a boo-boo.
Debatable. But I think that's putting a lot of confidence in the Broncos quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Jerry Jeudy could be really great, but I think he needs somebody who could throw to him, and
Drew
Locke
Lock's not
hasn't
the guy.
proved able to do it yet.
Tank, go get Lawrence or go get Trey Lance. Get someone. I'm jumping ship on Locke. I thought this was the year, but he's just another one of them. Another one that I'm like, man, you're not that good, are you?
He's not. Okay, we're jumping into duds.
Okay. You want to
Who's
start
starting?
off?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna go with an unpopular opinion of a dud this week.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna be on the ground. I think it's gonna be going through the air. I think Alvin Kamara is gonna have a really hard time running against the Bucks.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good pick. I don't think that's going to happen, but I like that.
Okay.
That's a really good pick because Michael Thomas is back. We have not seen this year what Alvin Kamara does with Michael Thomas on the field, really.
Right. I think he'll catch some passes. I just don't think they're going to have very much luck running it up the gut, and I think they're going to be in the air a lot. But we'll see.
I agree. I don't think he'll run for more than like 60 yards, 70 yards. But I think he'll definitely catch like 10 passes.
I'm just wishful thinking he pops up a fat goose egg this week.
That's the thing is Alvin Kamara is mostly through the air. So if they get behind or they get into a throwing match, Alvin Kamara is going to be catching a lot of passes out of the backfield.
Check out these stats real quick.
Okay.
Breeze and Brady. Breeze, I'm just going to go down the list with Breeze and then Brady. Breeze has 79,314 yards, 560 touchdowns, 7,052 completions. Tom Brady has 76,000 yards, 76,760 yards, 561 touchdowns, 6,581 completions. Damn.
Oh, that's insane.
That's a lot of yards.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so yeah, that's my pick. Who's up next?
I'm going to go off my own team because I'm scared that he's going to actually throw up not maybe a goose egg, but he'll throw up less than 10 points unless he gets a touchdown because that's been his year so far. Todd Gurley against the Broncos run defense.
Okay.
Broncos run defense is underrated. They've been one of the most, I think they're top 5 in the league against the run. And Todd Gurley is not in the form that I thought he was going to be in. And yeah, I think he might run for like 40 yards and no touchdown. Maybe catch a pass.
Okay. Damn.
Mine is Chase Edmonds.
Okay.
I think Miami's defense is just underrated, and they're getting better and better and better. And part of it's just wishful thinking because I want Miami to win. But I think, that would be, for one, a classic thing to happen to Kyle. Chase Edmonds just stink it up.
Starts thinking that his team's the best, and all of a sudden realizes how bad his running backs actually are.
Yeah.
He is. I mean, but he's projected to kick Tyler's butt today.
Yeah, probably.
170 points almost. And Josh Jacobs is good.
Josh Jacobs.
His receivers.
Yeah, he doesn't actually have bad running backs. I just like to say that to make myself feel better.
his team's like his receivers, dude. Wow.
Yeah, his receivers are nuts. He's got Diggs,
Claypool, Moore, Boyd,
yeah,
Diggs, Thomas, Jones, and Ridley. Like, that's insane.
It's nuts.
I think Lamar's going to be a dud this week, too.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Who do they play? The Colts, right?
I don't know who the Ravens play.
The Colts,
they're
going to get walled by their defense, I think.
All right.
We'll see.
Do the Colts go and get Sam Darnold next year?
That's a good move.
That would be good.
Colts. Didn't you bring up the Niners potentially going after him?
Yep.
I think if the Colts do, you keep... they both probably do the same move. You keep Phillip Rivers, and Niners should probably keep Jimmy G, and go get Darnold, whoever wants to go after Darnold. That way you have that guy just in case Darnold isn't actually good, like I don't think he is.
Sorry.
I disagree.
I disagree. I just got word that Mr. Chubb is going to be starting practice next week. So
Nice.
See that Baker got put on COVID?
I didn't.
Yeah.
But he didn't test positive.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so when they get put on COVID, a lot of it's more like they're exposed to people who have it.
Okay.
I've seen like most of the cases I've seen, but some have had COVID.
You guys think that Keenan Allen's going to play today?
I'm scared.
I'm kind
Really
of
scared.
He is playing. He's playing today.
Yeah. Oh, he is playing today?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm less scared now.
just because Schyler was confidently like, he's playing.
Oh, I've seen I follow Adam Schefter. If you go follow his stuff, and he has all that news.
Okay. Yeah. He never tested positive, but
Yeah, he tested negative, but then he still kind of had a sore throat or some shit.
So, and despite being listed as questionable for today's game, versus the Raiders, Keenan Allen will play.
Oh, good. Not scared anymore.
Not scared.
Yeah, he tested twice negative for COVID.
I need that beautiful target machine.
Yeah, what do you want for him?
The world. Give me a running back.
The world.
Henry.
I mean, Carson when he comes back. No.
Henry.
I'm so happy I traded Ashley for him.
Still
He makes me
mad
more
about
happy.
that trade.
So mad.
Yeah, she's probably not happy.
You traded her back a player she already had. One that fumbled and now Bruce Arians hates.
He doesn't like him anymore.
Nope.
Well, it sucks because he was going strong there for like 3 games, man.
Here's what you did, Schyler, and you know you did it. You saw Ashley. She's losing by a fraction of a point every week. You bring her in. You give her a hug and open it. Like, listen. I know you're having a hard time. I've got a trade for you. Here's a Cowboys player. I know Dak saw her, but Andy Dalton's fine. And I'll give you Ronald Jones back. You liked him. You dropped him. But here, you can have him back. Just give me Henry. Give me your best player on your team.
It's pretty savage. Oh, that was pretty bad.
You took advantage of Ashley in her time of need.
I guess I did, yeah.
Oh, that's funny. I think that James Robinson might play really well today, too.
Who's he playing?
Houston.
Ooh,
Yeah, he'll kill it. He's been awesome.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Well, do you guys have any last-minute things to add to fantasy?
I don't.
Not really. We may have some more topics next week.
Yeah.
Or the week, or whenever we get together.
Yep.
All right, let's just touch on the election/amendments real quick.
Okay.
First of all, Joe Biden won presidency, pretty sure, so we got a new president in.
Yeah, buddy.
Pretty exciting. Trump was like, I think... Do you guys know who the last president that only served for 1 term was?
It was a while ago.
Was it Bush?
No, Bush served 2.
No, not George. His dad.
His dad.
How did that serve 2 too, didn't he?
It wasn't Clinton.
No. It was a while ago. Most presidents serve 2 terms. Like, you have to be pretty bad to not get a second term. Honestly,
Pretty bad.
it's true. You'll be surprised how long ago it was. I want to say it would have been.
Yeah, it's Bush.
Is it Bush?
It was Bush.
Oh, well.
Bush Sr.
George Bush Sr., you were not that good. Okay.
Carter only served 1 term.
Yeah.
Not a lot of them, though. So, yeah, anyways, we'll see how that turns out. Hopefully good.
I hope that he brings some unification to the country. I don't know if that'll necessarily happen. I think a lot of people... The country's so divided right now, which is too bad.
It's like the most divided it's ever been. I don't know for sure. I'm only 26, but I've talked to other people who are older than me, and they say that this is the most divided they've seen it as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm I was over it when Trump got elected and all the left was like, the world's coming to an end, America's dying, we're screwed. And now we're seeing the same song and dance sung by the Republican side of things too. like, pray for our country, pray for oil field workers, we're screwed, we're dying. It's not going to be much different. Like, the president honestly doesn't have as much of an effect on things that matter as much as people believe he does. They believe he runs the whole damn show, but he doesn't.
Yeah,
No.
he doesn't.
What has more of effect on everything that's also become ridiculously skewed and just lies is media and the news. You can't watch anything that's true that says the same thing in two different places, right? Everything is just talked up to one side or the other, and then you're forced to kind of like, I don't know, it leads to a lot of like blind following, it seems like.
I wish we could fix that.
I don't know how you would fix it, but I wish we
either.
could too.
Yeah. I think what's going to be more interesting is seeing how both the Senate and the House pan out, because that will actually have a big effect on
Huge.
things.
It'll be big, yeah.
So,
Because are the Democrats, they're leading in the House, right?
yeah, and they controlled the House before, but Republicans won a lot more seats than they thought they were going to. So that would be interesting. If the Republicans end up getting the House, that changes a lot. Republicans control the Senate, and I think they're still leading in the Senate, but it's a lot closer.
I don't think so anymore.
Oh, they're not?
I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh,
I think it's
that's huge.
Democrats. Maybe tied.
I was going to say, I know it's close. I thought the Republicans were leading by 1 seat.
I think they were yesterday, and then I think with Georgia, it's either tied now or I'm not sure. Don't quote me.
Okay, it's whatever it is. I mean, that's going to be the thing that has the most ramifications, because anything that Biden actually wants to do, if it's a unified House and Senate on the left side of things, he can basically pass anything that he wants to.
When's the last time that happened, do you know?
Well, Trump had a unified Senate. He had the Republicans on the Senate, so they were able to filibuster and lock down a lot of things that the left wanted to push through the House. Obama had a unified Senate, I believe, too. But if you have a unified Senate, it's a lot easier as the president to get things either blocked or to go through. If you don't, then it turns into a shit show quick. More of a shit show than it already is, I should say.
I see.
So the map is showing that, I think this is correct, Democrats are at 49, Republicans at 46. I'm going to send it in the chat. I'm going to just take a look real quick.
Damn. Yeah, that's big. That's really big.
But then Republicans are most likely going to win out on the House side.
I don't think they're winning. They just won more seats than they thought they were going to. The weird thing about the House is certain things you need an actual majority in the House. Sometimes you need like I can't remember what it's called, but you need more than a majority. It's like 2/3 of the House to agree on things. Don't quote me on that. It could all be bro talk.
I think I know what you're saying.
You want to move on to
Super
the amendments,
majority.
Ted?
That's what it's called.
What was it called?
Super majority. That's when you need 2/3 of the vote in the House instead of just the over 50% vote.
I see. Super majority. Seems super weird.
Yeah, we a weird system.
Yeah,
We can't just do
amen to that. It's fucking
we can't
weird.
do things the easy way. We're like, sometimes you need a majority, which makes sense, like most people agree with you, or in certain things we need a super majority, which means all of you better agree.
Yeah, it just feels like learning measurements back in high school, where it's like, yeah, the rest of the world measures things the same, but America, we don't. We do it really different, so.
We just looked at how we could give the biggest middle finger to the rest of the world in anything that we could.
Yeah.
Fuck the metric system.
All right, well, we'll kind of like stay up to date and see kind of, I guess, what the House and the Senate falls in the future. Aside from that, there were a few amendments. Mostly the amendments I'm interested in revolve around marijuana and THC, so just real quick, recreational marijuana passed in Arizona, New Jersey, and Montana. So it's pretty exciting. Schyler, you're up in Montana, so that means a lot for you.
It does. It's gonna be good for the state. It's supposed to bring in, I think, $47 million by 2025.
Nice. Yeah, and you won't have to be running around like a fucking bandit illegally up there.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ted.
Schyler, Montana.
That could be a rapper name. That's legit.
Yeah.
Oh.
On the med side, Mississippi passed medical marijuana, which I was pretty surprised about, but that's pretty awesome.
Hell yeah.
And then even more strange, Oregon decriminalized all drugs.
The real wild, wild west.
Real Wild West. I don't even know what that means. Do you guys know what that means?
That's a term they gave to the settlers that were coming through.
No.
Oh.
You know what decriminalizing all drugs means? You're like, okay, here we go.
There we go. Let me give you sit down, bud. I'll give you a little history talk. Yeah, so decriminalized, so it's still technically illegal, but they don't want to put the time and resources in law enforcement to actually arrest people for petty drug crimes. Most of the time, you're gonna see people get arrested for it if it's a large amount, doing it in public, or intoxication in public. So it's basically legal if you're smart about it. Anything.
I see. That's interesting. So then what? If you get pulled over with a small amount and you're not publicly intoxicated, then what? Do you get a ticket and you get sent home kind of thing, or what?
It's up to the discretion of the officer, what they would deem is right to do at that point. Yeah, decriminalization's weird because it's basically saying, don't do this in a stupid way and we won't send you to jail for it, but if you do it in a stupid enough way, we can still press charges on you and get whatever fine or jail time we want to give to you.
I see. Okay.
I don't know the country or location. I think maybe it was Portugal that they did this. They decriminalized drugs there, and I think it worked really well for them. So
favoring rehabilitation over incarceration, right? That's the goal of this, basically. So
yeah, so like if it's real hard drugs like meth, heroin, stuff like that, they're gonna probably try to get you to rehab first, which makes sense. That's the way it honestly should be in my mind.
Right. I mean, if you're only hurting yourself and not hurting others, you should be put into a place that could help you, kind of thing, versus put into a place that keeps you locked up and put away from society, kind of thing.
Yeah. I've always been of the mindset that government should not be a babysitter.
Yeah, agreed.
Awesome. Well, we're about at that time. How do you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I think that was good.
I agree. It was good. It was nice to talk for a bit.
Yeah, this was the Morning Bros podcast. Thank you all for tuning in, listening to us talk about fantasy football and a short blurb about our United States of America country we live in right now. So we'll be back next week with lots more fantasy information and a lot more bullshitting about it, and hopefully some other interesting / fun topics along the way. So
hell yeah.
happy Sundays,
Take
boys.
care.